Hi guys, and welcome back to Lil Miss Lindsay. I'm going to be talking about two of my favorite loves coming together, running and Disney. It's like the perfect combination. My dream, two of my favoriteest things in the whole wide world. I'm going to talk about both those races and I'm super excited to talk to you about it. I seen an ad for Run Disney event in a Runner's World magazine and I'm like, oh my gosh, what a dream race. I love Disney, I love Disney World. What a perfect place to run a race. But I obviously said in my head, I said I wouldn't spend that kind of money to go race down there unless it was for something big like a half or a full. So when I seen that, back in, well, it was probably 2004 I seen it. And I'm like, someday I'm gonna run one of these races. I'm going to, it's on my bucket list, gonna be done. This is my dream race out of it. So it popped in my brain, like, I wanna run a really fun race, like something not locally, not something I've done before. I wanna go out and do something different. So right away I get on my computer and I start I think I Googled like top 10 races in the US. So I did top 10 in the US and I think Disney was like third or fourth, something like that. I mean, which I was like, well, that's pretty high up. I mean, for the nation, you know? And so I right away go to runDisney.com. I had looked at it in years previous, just once in a while, and I always miss it, like it was already full. Any Walt Disney World week, which is early January, because they have several races. They have like a Princess Half, and I think they have a Star Wars one now. They have a Wine and Dine. These are all in Walt Disney World. I'm not talking about California because they have a Tinkerbell. They have Disneyland Half, and they have a challenge there as well with a 10K, and it's the Dumbo big race. So anyways, I'm talking about Walt Disney World, but every time I've gone on, I want to do this Walt Disney World, not the Princess one. I wanted to do this one. It was always sold out. So I must have timed it right. I went in June 2014. I wanted to check out what was available. What started it was I was ready to do a full in my heart and my head, and like, yep, I'm ready to try a full now. I've done tons of halves. I'm ready. End of June. So I go on, I look, and the marathon's sold out. And I'm like, no, another year, I'm gonna miss the marathon. And I'm, you know, I've run so many halves that for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money to go down and run the half. And, you know, I've experienced that, I know what a half is. So the only race that they had available left was the Goofy Challenge. And right away I'm like, what's the Goofy Challenge? I've never heard of this. And I quickly found out that that is the half followed by the full. So it's Saturday you run the half and Sunday you run the full. And right away I'm like, oh, it's over. Like the marathon's not available. There's no way I'm gonna be able to run both of these and back to back. So I kind of just sat on it. I thought about it for a while. I thought about the rest of the day. That night, I think, or the next day after work, I ended up going up to my local running stores because, you know, they're so knowledgeable, and people that work at these running stores, and I'm not talking about Finish Line, I mean, maybe they are, but like those, it's a store committed just to running. They love running and they know all about tons of races. I promise you, utilize them, use them as an outlet to do some research. So anyways, I go to these stores. I went to Duluth Running Company and I went to Austin Jaro, and I talked to both kind of the associates there, and I just was level with them. I just said, I've only run halves. I've never run fulls. Is this possible? And it was so amazing. They believe so much in me. They're like, well, they instantly were, well, it's June. You have time to train. You have plenty, you know, yes, you can do it, but start training soon, now. You know, because I told them, I said, I've run halves. I'm always running. I don't ever really stop. My distances weren't that far. You know, I'm usually running between 3 and 6 miles when I'm not training for a race, probably 3 to 4 times a week. So that's kind of my relax. I get out there when I want to, and then I strength train at my gym or my local YMCA. So, but they just believed in me so much. It was so amazing. I could never do this. And just, oh yeah, they didn't even know me. They didn't know me from Adam, and just, yeah, you can totally do this. You have tons of time. Make sure you follow a training program. You know, make sure you're getting your miles in and all that good stuff. But yeah, you should, I mean, as long as there's no injury, absolutely. So I went home with so much confidence. I'm like, these people think I can do it. My brain just like recently, the last couple of years, like wrapped around the fact of running 13.1 and then 26.2. I was like, okay, maybe it's supposed, but back to back, and they thought I could do it. So it was such a relief. So anyways, I probably chewed on it for another week with my husband. We just kind of talked about it. Should I do this? And I just did. One day, we talked about it, and I one day went into work and I said, I'm signing up today. This is it. I'm committing to it. So I did, which was crazy. And then the race, I think I signed up end of June. The race didn't end up selling out, the Goofy Challenge, till I think like mid-September, end of September. So once it had gotten completely full, I kind of did it. I was so excited and I wanted to share it with the world, but I was scared too. What if I share this and I don't finish? So it kind of puts a lot of pressure on you. So anyways, I did make an announcement sometime in like September, October on my Facebook with all my friends and family, and I was able to tell them that I'm doing it, which they were like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, you're nuts. But being that you guys heard my backstory and how, what got me to that point of signing up and then physically going and doing it and signing up. And honestly, it's the craziest decision, but it's literally, once you're signed up, it's like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, no backing out, no backing out. I mean, I've already got, because the race registration for the Goofy Challenge, I believe is like, I think $320, $330, right around there. It's no more than $350. The price does go up though if you don't sign up for it, you know. And I think at my point, because that one goes live end of April, so I think by the time I did, I might have had a price increase by the time I bought it. So anyways, it could be cheaper. Maybe it's $300 and it goes up. But anyways, it was around between $300 and $350, right around there. So if you're going to sign up for a race, for a Run Disney event, make sure you sign up for the email reminder for Run Disney. They send you an email a couple weeks out, a couple months out, just kind of, and as I get closer, it's like, okay, signups are next week. Okay, signups are tomorrow. Okay, signups are, you know, so they kind of guide you. You get more notifications like, hey, dummy, don't forget to sign up. If you're doing it, make sure that you are next to your computer when it goes live. If you know you're gonna do it, if you've thought about it even before the race registration has opened, make sure you're by your computer. And they always open at noon Eastern, which is 11 a.m. our time. So you have to make sure that you're not on Eastern time, and it says that pretty clear. But I remember looking at it and thinking my sign up